Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Paterson, New Jersey, stand up. We are unmuted. Happy summer, everyone. Happy Sunday. Oh, I'm so happy to be here today. I feel like it's been such a long time. But Paterson, New Jersey, stand up. We are unmuted. We have a very special show set up for you on today. And so if you're seeing this live, I'm going to ask you to please share the live with your friends and family. Let them know that we are unmuted. We are not silenced. Let them know that unmuted is on. We have a very, very special guest today, and I'm very excited for him to come on. He will be joining us shortly. And so until then, of course, you have me, Kimmeshia L. Rogers Jones. I am the host of Unmuted, and it is so wonderful to be here tonight. Paterson, New Jersey, stand up. We are unmuted community. We are here today. Just unmuted is about you. Unmuted is about bringing you the information to help us thrive in our communities. Unmuted is about educating, empowering, and advocating for our community. Unmuted is about Paterson residents being informed, staying informed, making sure that they have the information that they need to be successful, thriving residents in the great city of Paterson, New Jersey. And so I'm very excited today because today we have a very special guest, Michael G. Jackson, the Assistant Director of DPW. He will be on today as our special guest, and he will be logging in. He's running a little late, and so he'll be logging in shortly. But until he comes, we will have conversation, you and I, because I'm very happy to be here. We've had so much happen over the last few months. If you guys don't know, Muted is doing summer hours in summer taping. So we're not here this month. We were here the first. We didn't do a live taping on the first Sunday because of summer and vacation, and so we're here today on the third Sunday. Next month we don't have a live taping for the first Sunday, but we do have a great show set up for you guys. In the on the third Sunday of August, and I believe that's the 16th of August. And so we're very excited to bring to you what we have next month. Next month we have a very, very special guest coming. Of course, today we have a very special guest joining us as well, and so we're very excited to bring you guys these great shows, great guests. We've had DPW Director Billy Rodriguez. We've had Councilman Michael Jackson on. We had Ali Aljara, who was running for the election to be a candidate for county commissioner. We had a few other guests, great guests on our show. And so we're excited to continue in this manner where we want to make sure that we're bringing guests that speak directly to the community's needs. We want to make sure we're bringing guests that speak directly to what the community needs, what the community is asking, the answers you want. Muted is all about you. If you haven't seen, we've also launched our community voices. And so when you see me out in the community, don't shy away, community, all right? Do not shy away because I want to hear from you, all right? I want to hear from the community. I want to hear from you. I do great questions that I ask the community when it comes to just a lot of the things that you guys have spoken about in a lot of Facebook lives, a lot of conversations we have. And so I love to get the community's feedback to see where you guys are with your needs, right? I just launched Community Voices where I did post some videos from community members where they got to speak, answer a few questions. We did this live from the Juneteenth and the African American Day Parade. I'm literally just coming in from okay. I'm literally just coming in from the Bronze Heat, Bronze Shield 10th anniversary community cookout. And I got some great interviews there from the community. And so I'm very happy to see, you know, and hear you guys and talk to you guys. So we're very excited about all the different things that's happening with Unmuted. This is Mike texting me now. Facebook. Hold on. Just having a little technical difficulties. You know, so I'm giving him an opportunity to come on in. So you know, I want to hear from you guys. How's everyone's doing? How's everyone's summer? I know we just had the city council candidates that won the election. They just were sworn in a few weeks ago. We had the reorg meeting that they just had, and I know that council president will remain council president, and Davila will remain vice president of the city council. And so, you know, the mayor has won his elected seat, and so, you know, re-election. And so we've had a lot of things to happen. So we got 4 more years, you know, 4 years moving forward in leadership. And so it's imperative that our community stays connected and stays aware, and that we ask those important questions, you know. And so I definitely want us to make sure we're doing this, making sure that we stay unmuted, that we do not shy away from asking the hard questions. You know, I want to make sure that us as a community, that we, oh, Mike just joined the room, so I'm going to be adding him on in a minute. And so we're very excited about what's to come, you know, in the upcoming months. But, you know, so much has happened in the community. And so, you know, Unmuted is not a show just because of the election. Unmuted is for the community. It's about bringing you education. It's about bringing you the information to answer those questions so that we may move in a more informed way. And so that we understand policies, we understand procedure, we understand protocol. And so, and we also know who's who, and getting the answers and questions to the questions that we have. And so we're very excited about what's to come. Yes, Gail Burton, congratulations to all the winners. You know, whoever you voted for won or didn't win, you know, us as a community, we have to come together and be ready to work together to better our city. And so I want to definitely bring on Michael G. Jackson. He is our guest on today. Let me unmute his mic. We can't do anything if you can't talk, Mike, you know. And so, Mike, give me 1 second. We having technical difficulties.
Good now, you hear me?
There we go. Okay. Mike G. Jackson. You know, we got 2 Mike Jacksons. So we got to make sure we say Mike G. Jackson so the community know exactly who we're talking about and who we talking to. Community, we have the assistant. What is your title? Because I see deputy assistant director. What's the official title for your role?
So right now I'm the acting assistant director. Okay. Deputy is more of an older term. Civil service did away with that, and now they just call it assistant director.
Okay, so you're the actor. Well, I'm gonna tell you, you're not doing too much acting right now. I'll tell you right now, you are doing the role. You have been performing the role as assistant director, and I hope those in charge of making that official take notice, because I know for myself and the community, we have taken notice. Good evening, director. Welcome to Unmuted. Thank you so much for accepting this invitation. I was just telling the community that we both just left Bronze Heat, Bronze Shield cookout. And even in all of that, as you guys can see, I'm in my summer attire because we are definitely trying to enjoy the summer, but the work never stops. And although we have make time for fun, we also have to make time for the needs of the community. And so I'm so grateful that you stopped and took the time out to come and be on the show today. You were supposed to be here months ago, right?
Yes,
And
yes, yes.
scheduling didn't allow, your daughter's birthday. Happy belated birthday to her again.
Thank you.
And we had Billy on. And so I feel like this is like a part 2 from Billy, because we still have so many questions, so many, what about this and what about that when it comes to
Yes.
DPW. And so what we really want to do is make sure that the community to understands the roles. This is what Unmuted is about. It's about accountability, but the question will always be, how can we hold someone accountable when we don't really know what their job is, right? We do really well with voicing our disdain for things and pointing out mistakes and things like that. And but I think when we're more informed, I think we'll know where to point those fingers and who to blame for this and who to hold accountable to that. And so I'm so excited that you came here today. And everyone, if you don't know, this is Mike G. Jackson. He is the acting assistant director of DPW. Mike, I want to give you an opportunity to just introduce yourself. Tell them a little bit about the role, and then we'll get right into the questions. Community, like, share, follow. Share this live, share it with your family and friends, share it all over social media, because this is a conversation we want to have and you want to be a part of. At some point, we'll give you guys an opportunity to ask your questions. So please like and share this live. Mike, I'm going to give you the floor. Introduce yourself and let the community know what your role is, what role you play right now in Paterson.
My name is Michael G. Jackson. Right now, I am the acting assistant director of Public Works. I've been with the department for 19 years. Wow. I started off as a laborer on the back of the garbage truck. I moved my way up to where I am now. I like the opportunity to talk to the public because I like the younger generation to see that even if you made mistakes in life, you can overcome them and become what you want to be. You just got to make sure that you're focused and you got to make sure you go for it. So I started off as a laborer. When I first started working for Public Works, of course, I believe everybody knows Public Works doesn't make a lot of money. So my first question when I started working there was, how do I make more? The answer was CDL. So I started working there in October of 07. By August of 08, I had a CDL.
Nice.
So I started driving sweeper after that. I drove garbage truck, then I drove sweeper. I left the city for approximately 6 weeks to go work for Passaic County Road Department. And then the city called me to come back. When I came back, I became a supervisor. I was the supervisor of motor brooms to begin with. My director, William Rodriguez, moved up to deputy director. And when he moved up, I became the general supervisor of streets and roads, which is my current permanent title.
Wow. I mean, look,
Thank you.
Because you said you started at the back of the truck, right? And I mean, look where you are today. And I, congratulations to you. I think that's just wonderful to hear your growth and to see your growth within the, the city and within DPW. And it's wonderful to know, a lot of people like, oh, are these people from Paterson? Can you do well in DPW? And I think you're a testament to that. And I know we're going to get into, questions about DPW, but one thing you hit on that I want to stay for a minute, because you asked a question, which we can't get answers until we ask these questions. You asked the question, how can I make more money? And they said, and you found out that it was do your CDL, which require another level of skill set, another level of education to bring you to another level of pay. And, even hearing you talk, it brings me to those young men that we talk to every day, the young men, we mentoring throughout the city, and even encouraging them to come to DPW. DPW isn't a dead-end job. And even hearing your story and hearing you speak about how you moved up in the ranks and the things you had to do, I know we're going to talk about DPW and the different, quality of life things. But
Mhm.
what would you say to that generation of young people? Because you want people from the city to be working these type of roles, because
Yes.
those are the ones who will take pride. It's their neighborhoods. But you hear many people say, "Oh, DPW is a dead end job." What can you say to someone to encourage the younger generation to really take notice of DPW and look towards that as a career? 19 years, that's a
19 years. Yep.
career.
So people have to understand that public works isn't just trash. And that's the
Hmm.
misconception that you see a lot. A lot. People think that the city's dirty is DPW. There's
Hmm.
so many more things that DPW does. There's so many other skill sets that you can have. Uh, an electrician is required in public works. Electricians make great money. It doesn't matter if you
Hmm.
work outside in private sector or if you work for the government. An electrician makes money regardless.
Hmm.
Electricians work for DPW. Sewer, it's another job that takes a certain skill set. You have to be ready to do confined space and be in small spaces. Those people get paid good money too. It's all if you're willing to get a skill set. Most
Hmm.
people avoid the CDL because they want to smoke marijuana. So at the end of the day, marijuana might be legal statewide, but federally it's still illegal.
Yes.
And federal government regulates CDL licenses. So a lot of people will avoid the license, not make money just because they want
Right.
to get high. And I keep trying to encourage the younger generation, tell them like, listen, like that's not going to get you where you're trying to go.
No.
Like at the end of the day, you need to prepare for what's coming, and life just gets harder.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
You
the
know.
price of rent, mortgage, groceries. I mean,
Mhm.
look, we saw eggs go to $4 and some change. Where I was used to getting eggs for 99 cents, 89 cents.
Mhm.
Now I don't know if we'll ever see those prices again, right? And
Shopify
so,
looking good. Shopify looking
I
good these
mean,
days.
and some days it's looking good. Then some days I'm like, you
Mhm.
know what? I'm not even having no eggs this week. I just can't muster up to just pay that much for eggs. But
Yeah.
I'm grateful that you came on and just hearing you, because like you said, one, DPW is not just trash. And even when
Mhm.
we had Billy on, Billy, he listed recreation, all these different things that falls under the window for DPW. And I don't think people realize how grand that department is and what it covers. And like you said, you
Mhm.
could work for DPW and be an electrician. You could work for DPW and do so many different roles. But even something like getting your CDL, which is not a small thing
At
to
all.
do.
Mhm.
That's a big deal, but to want to do that, right? Because you
Yes.
got to put away certain things. When you want to go higher in your life, it requires mentally for you to go higher, and actions to go
Yes.
higher, right? You can't go up here still bringing the same mentality that you had down here. You got to come up. And so even hearing you say that, for those who are listening, share with your friends and family, because I think you have just debunked DPW is not a dead end job. DPW
It is.
is your window to greatness if you really want it.
Yes. You can't
You know?
expect to do the same thing. You can't expect to do the same thing every day and get a different result.
No,
So
no.
it's just like some of the employees that work for us. We have
Hmm.
conversation, how to move up, what to do. But I always say the same thing every time. You can't expect to sit in the same seat for 25 years and think that
Right.
somebody's going to give you $1 million. At some point in time, you have to show some type of initiative and ambition and get out and
Yeah.
learn something and do something different. You can't just be a laborer your whole life. You have to
Right.
learn that this is how you get money. You get money
Yeah.
in the government by getting new titles.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how it works. So if you're a
Yeah.
laborer and you become a driver, you get more money. If you're a driver and you become a CDL driver, you get more money. You're a CDL driver, you become an equipment operator, you get more money. You're
And
an
for
equipment
the
operator, you
way
become
you're
a heavy
talking,
equipment operator.
yeah, it sounds like the opportunities are there.
They absolutely are.
So the opportunities are there in DPW to make money. And so I hope those who are listening who were considering it, but like, oh, I don't know. I hope you really take what assistant director is saying, because opportunities are there in DPW. And I want to encourage more of our young people to seek out these roles. Let's get
Yes.
into that, right?
That's Mhm.
Now, for you as assistant director, we see you all over, because
Mhm.
we our honorable mayor Saya, he loves a good life. You know,
Yeah.
his intro is happening, Paterson, right?
Hmm.
So we know, and then those videos will come up, and we'll see you right there. For most of those videos, we see you right there next beside him. And so I want to ask you to let the community know, for you, what is a typical day? What does that look like for you in this role? Because we see you doing so much. What's a typical day in the role as acting assistant director?
Uh, so being acting director, last May, our actual assistant director Steve Howe had to take some time off for personal reasons, and
Mm-hmm.
when he did that, um, Billy tapped me to take on his role while he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was waiting for that opportunity for some time. Um,
Yeah.
so once I was tapped, I decided to put some of the things that I had in my mind on the table to start. Clean sweep was one of them.
Mm.
So I'm from here.
Yeah.
I know what's wrong here, and I know what people are saying here. And
Yes.
communication is a major issue. So a day in the life of me at work is I am the communicator. I'm the person that wants people to talk to me, and I am going to
Mm-hmm.
talk to you because that's
Mm-hmm.
all people really need at the end of the
Yeah.
day. So I'm the communicator and I'm the conductor. So
Okay.
I talk to the public. The public tells me what their needs, what they see.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of people that call me on a Monday and say this happened this weekend,
Yeah.
that happened on this weekend, that's over there, this is over there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the person that conducts the orchestra that is public works and says, okay, parks, this is what you need to do today. Streets and roads, you need to
Yeah.
go here. There's a dumping here, hit that first. I'm
Oh
the person
wow.
that prioritizes and organizes the work. um I do a lot more than just that.
Yeah.
I'm also in
Listen.
charge. I'm also in charge of all of. I'm the administrator of all of the programs in public works. So GPS, your recycling coach, which is actually
Wow.
Juan Hernandez. That's the administrator, but I'm also one of them. I'm the person that takes care of your bulk. I'm the person that's in charge of making sure that list gets done.
Wow.
So I am the supervisor of supervisors.
Oh wow.
So in general, I'm the one that tells a division head to do certain jobs. I'm the person that signs certain bills. I run the traffic operations center, which is we call it the TOC building, which is on North
Mm-hmm.
Barclay Street. So I'm also in
Okay.
charge of handicaps, in charge of the traffic division. I'm in charge of all events. I work hand in hand with Della. I do the public works side of that. I'm also your deputy OEM coordinator, so I work hand in hand with Troy Ayers.
Well, Troy is
Um,
wow.
I'm every I'm
You
everywhere. I'm
a
everywhere.
man of many hats.
Yeah.
And one of
Yes.
the
I'm also the
initiatives.
union president. I'm also the union president for all supervisors,
Oh
DPW
wow,
and ununiformed. I'm also the vice president of the state for Ask Me.
that's awesome. That's awesome. I got to give it up again.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Um, one of the initiatives you mentioned, which I want to get into, is Operation
Mhm.
Clean Sweep. All right, because we see
Yes.
that a lot. And
Hmm.
many residents, I see it like when you guys post the videos, you and the mayor are together and you post the videos, and a lot of the things I see is like, oh, you're only doing certain blocks. Why you didn't come do my block? First, can you explain to the community
Okay.
what is Operation
Perfect.
Clean Sweep?
Okay.
And then
All right. So
how do they get their block to get on that list? What is that? What is it? And how do we get in on it?
okay. So Operation Clean Sweep is designed to do large stretches of the city, mostly main
Mhm.
roads. So side streets are a lot harder to do. Like I can't
Okay.
do 26th Street from First Ave
Hmm.
all the way to 20th Ave.
Oh
Like
my.
it's just something that can't be done. It would take
Hmm.
days, right? So what we do is we do the hottest spots, right? Like North Third, North Fourth, Clinton, Jefferson. Everybody knows what it looks like there. So
Yes.
what we're trying to do is we're trying to get rid of the blight. I'm not trying
Yeah.
to pick up a wrapper that's in front of somebody's house. I'm trying
Right.
to clear
The
garbage.
block. Right.
So when people say, how do I get my block done? Somebody might say, okay, for instance, Martin Street. Martin Street is a hot topic, right? So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people from Martin Street say it to me that they want their block done. It's only like 3 blocks, so I'm going to do it. But normally I wouldn't do a side street
Mm-hmm.
like that because it's only 3 blocks, and it's your responsibility to keep in front of your house clean. They
Right.
don't have any bulk furniture out there or anything. People just want to see the action. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna come through and sweep your street, but there's really, you know, nothing there for me to do. But these
Mm-hmm.
other areas, forget about it. The tenants in these houses just put garbage out in front of the house every day. People are getting rats. It's just terrible. So these are the places that I go to clean them up. Now,
Right.
what people have to understand is I will come to your block. I will make it happen. But what I'm gonna do after, you might not be happy with. So the way I design Clean Sweep is this. It's a fresh start.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason I'm doing some blocks again this year is because last year was something that was so new.
Right.
And they're like, say, oh, the mayor's making him do that because it's election
Mm-hmm.
time. But no, this is my initiative. I created it.
Oh,
I
you
wrote the emails
created it.
asking to. I created it. I wrote the emails asking to do this, asking
Clarity.
for permission
Yes.
to engage the public,
Mm-hmm.
because if people don't know, there is a clause here in the city that employees are not supposed to talk about work on the internet. So
Mm-hmm.
before I did this, I had to ask for permission. Is it okay
Yeah.
if I engage the public online? You
Yeah.
know, and I was given permission. I was given permission to talk to the public and to move forward. And then you had the
Good.
people that said, "Well, when election is over, this is going to stop." It's not going to stop. I'm not stopping
Good.
until the city is clean. Until you actually understand it is your role to help me keep the city clean. So I clean the streets completely. I take anything
Mm-hmm.
and everything, even things that we tell you that you can't put in bulk. I
Put out.
take it
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, this is the way I look at it. This is my mindset. I tell you, no, you're going to go dump it. I'm going to clean it up anyway. This
Mm-hmm.
time, I'm going to have to search to see who it was. Now I know
Yeah.
who you are. I know what you have. I'm just going to take everything. And that way you have a fresh start and we don't have these
Right.
arguments. I'm not chasing you down to ticket you later. So that also helps me stop people from dumping. So
Okay.
I just take everything, tires, refrigerators. It doesn't matter what it is. I take it
Mm-hmm.
and I put it in its proper place and we get rid of it the right way. The same thing when people come to the yard. We have a problem with people, we take bulk in the yard as well up to 6 o'clock. Sometimes people come after that, the yard is closed, they
Yeah.
just drop it on the sidewalk.
Oh wow.
Some of our employees get up in a roar. Oh man, you got to get them a ticket, this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, they made an attempt to bring it to the right
Right.
place. I'm not ticketing people that are attempting to do the right thing.
Right.
They were there. We just happened closed. So at
Yeah.
least they brought it to us. So I'm going to take it inside and put it where it belongs, and I'm not going to
Right.
worry about who did it because at the end of
Mm-hmm.
the day, they brought it to me. They didn't put it on the train
Right.
tracks. They didn't dump it in the dead end. They brought it to the city
Yeah.
yard where.
Yeah.
So that's my whole thing is to try to get people to understand that we can do this together.
Yeah.
Some things timing might not be right, but we have to have empathy for each other too. I can't be everywhere either. I try to get to everybody as quickly as possible. As soon as you tell me something, I try to take care of it ASAP. But everything
Mm-hmm.
can't be done that way. Some things take time. Like for instance, right now I'm working with community improvement housing inspectors, right?
Okay.
So just so everybody knows, this is something that I get asked all the time. So I want people to hear me very clearly. Public works is not allowed on private land.
Okay.
Right? So people will
Okay.
call me and say, there's a house on 36th Street and all inside is garbage. I need you to come clean it. I can't. I'm not allowed on their property. Everybody remember Joey Torres?
Yeah.
What happened when private jobs happen? You go to jail,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So I'm not allowed on property
Right.
unless I work with the housing authority and the housing inspectors. So the
Right.
way the process works is I make a call to the chief. I tell her a property that I'm having an issue with. She sends out an inspector. He inspects and he gives them a 10-day abatement. The property owner has 10 days to clean their own property.
Mm-hmm.
10 business days. So actually 14, right? To clean their property. If they don't clean it in that 10 business days, now I have the authority to step onto their property and clean it. And when I step on your property and clean it, I'm going to put a lien on your property. So
Oh
when you go to
wow.
try to sell, so now when you go to try to sell your house or anything, you're going to pay for the services that
Pay
we
that
did for you.
bill. Mm-hmm.
Nothing is free. So that's the way that we tap the houses. You have to go through the housing authority. They have to give me that 10-day abatement, and that's the only way I can step on the property. If not, the person can literally say we were trespassing, and
Right.
every employee can be charged. So it's a waiting game, but I get to it as quickly as I can. I'm going to be working with the city's attorney and to try to start taking some of these things by eminent domain, because I don't clean
Okay.
up 70 different properties. I clean the same 15
Oh,
over and
wow.
over and
Over and
over
over
and
again.
over. Yes. So if we can take them,
Mm-hmm.
do something with them, you maybe do something like they do in Newark, some for $1 to people that are trying to do housing. Do something with them, but do it with somebody that's going to take care of it. Because at the end of
Yeah.
the day, we have a lot of properties around here that are being held up by people that are in jail, like Caesar Pena,
Wow.
Wayne Ave, the old St.
Wow.
Mary's.
Oh,
Like
wow. Yeah.
it burnt
Yeah.
twice. It was on fire twice in a week. These are some of the things that we have to stop from happening, because it takes away from the services that we could be given to the people that actually pay taxes.
Mike, whoa. Hearing you this, I'm just like, I think Lauren said it too. She said the same
Yeah.
15. Whoa.
Yes.
And so one, I commend you on being solution forward thinking, right? And
Yes.
you being very adamant on creating those solutions, long lasting solutions to better help our community and improve the quality of life of our community. And who better to see those
Yes.
things and be able to implement those type of initiatives to help us make a better, cleaner Paterson, right? Because I think
Yes.
everybody wants to see that. And like you said, it's not like you're cleaning 52 properties and 72 properties, or
Mm-hmm.
it's the same, it's a revolving
Mm-hmm.
just
Yeah.
disrespect at this point
Yes.
of the
That's what
community,
it is.
of the quality of life, of the work you guys are doing. And to hear you say that, in a lot of the community, they don't get to see it. They don't see it, but to hear you say it and put numbers to it, it's like, wow. One of the things you mentioned, like you said, when you do certain streets, you're doing main roads, main streets. You
Yes.
don't really do like smaller streets and things like that. Like, that's not what clean sweep is about, right?
No.
But sometimes people call in, like you said, you go to a block, it's like 3 block stretch or something like that. I think you said Martin
Mm-hmm.
Street, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see people a lot saying like, oh, I want you to come do my block, right? But that's not the type of blocks you're doing. So this is
Yes.
my question to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
What can the community do? I get it. We see you
I'm
guys
ready.
come do
I'm ready.
clean
I'm
sweep,
ready.
right?
I'm
Okay,
ready.
all right. Because
I
you,
have a
you see
solution.
where I'm
I
going,
have a
right?
solution.
We see
Yep.
you guys do clean sweep, and so we're like, whoa, I want my block to get that clean, right? But
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's not the block type of block sweep that can be done. So
Mm-hmm.
what can the community do, or how can they partner with DPW in a way
Mm-hmm.
to, maybe they can't do clean sweep, get DPW workers to come out, but what can they do to basically clean sweep their neighborhoods? I mean, because is it just you to come here and clean it up, or like what can the community do to assist
Okay.
so that we can keep
All right.
our community clean? Mm-hmm.
All right. So I have another initiative that I want to start. All right.
Oh
I don't know if
man.
everybody remembers back in the day. We used to have neighborhood associations. We used to have neighborhood watch. We used to have block captains. Right.
Yeah. I
So at the end
feel
of the
like you
day,
watched my show a couple of months ago because I talked about black.
you did.
I'm telling you now, I know
Yeah.
where you had
So
it, and I'm tapping in because I'm
so this is
that. Go ahead, Mike.
so this
You
so
was
this
on
is
my
so this is
show.
so this is what I need from the public. I'm willing to
Mm-hmm.
clean anywhere, even if it's one block. I'm willing.
Okay.
It won't take as long. It won't take as long at all. But what I need is people to help me organize it. I don't know your neighbors. You're telling me you want me to come by your house, but you have neighbors. There's certain people. When I did Wayne Ave, the young woman that asked me to do Wayne Ave, she made a flyer and went to every neighbor's house. Everybody's
Yeah.
not on Facebook, and I understand that. Everybody doesn't answer the robocall. I understand
No.
that. If you have a personal relationship with the people in your neighborhood and you can knock on their door and say, listen, I spoke to Mike. He's coming. Get all that stuff out your backyard. Then we can make it happen. It's only going to take us 30
Mm.
minutes to do one block. I can do it no
Wow.
problem. On a Monday morning, I can do it. But at the end of the day,
Wow.
I need your help to make it happen. Because you always have that neighbor that doesn't want to move their car. I can't sweep your street if the car is not moved. So
Right.
even if it's one block and there's 2 cars on the block, now I'm not cleaning it up. I need you to make sure that you talk to the neighbors and everybody's on one page. Put everything out, let's take it. But
Yeah.
you have to help me organize. I don't, I can't come to a block because one person said it. And then when I get there's 70 cars. And then when we tow them, everybody gets pissed.
Yeah.
Right?
Because I saw it. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everybody wants their neighborhood clean, but wants to move their car.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can clean the sidewalk, I can clean the outside of your car, but if there's 50 bottles under your car and the car in front of you and the car in front of that, then what are we doing? We're doing a half-ass job, excuse my language.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm not for that. At the end of the day, I'm not going to walk away from doing a job and have anybody talk about me like he came, but he didn't really do anything.
Yeah, he didn't really do nothing. Right.
Like at the end of the day, I have the same goal as you. I'm the father of 6 and a grandfather of 3. I don't want my kids or my grandkids walking through trash.
Yeah.
Ever. And they go to Paterson public schools.
Right.
They here. So at the end of the day, I'm doing this not just for me, but for your kids and mine.
Right.
That's my only desire. That's my real job in life. I'm a father.
Yes. Mike, listen. So Tiffany's like she did. Tiffany, I met Tiffany and Shaniqua Lemon, part of the Good Trouble crew. They used to do a lot of neighborhood cleanings. And I remember saying to them, Mike, I was adamant. I was like, I'm not doing that because I don't dirty my block. I don't dirty your block. And they used to come back though, because they would get discouraged because they would clean the blocks and then come back an hour later and it was happening already. But Tiffany was diligent on her block. If Tiffany will send you a nice little packet as a new neighbor, let you know when garbage gets picked up, when recycling is picked up, what the expectations are, curb your dog, all of those things. She's a good neighbor. She is the captain of her block. And so one of the things that I talked about a couple of shows ago, and I guess great minds think alike, because I said that to the community. I said, look, we need to get these neighborhood associations back. We need to get some block captains out here because we got to take responsibility of our block. Even DPW is not here to save our block. Like, I live here. And I bought
adopt a block.
Right. And so as much as I would say to Tiffany and Shaniqua, I'm not cleaning no block because I just was but my mindset has changed because one, I want to help and I want to see my community do better. And so if it means me going to, no, I'm not one, I don't litter. And I was in New York the other day. No lie, I don't litter, and my children know, and they're adults. Don't do that. But I was in New York, and I saw a guy throw his water bottle on the ground. I said, "Sir, please pick that up." I don't even live in New York, but I'm like, come on, we don't need to litter. It's a garbage can right here. Put that in the garbage. So I'm willing, and community, Mike. If this is a new initiative, Lauren said, old school, neighbors connected with neighbors. We got to go back to the basics.
So you remember when you used to when you used to wake up in the morning, you would see somebody's grandmother outside with a broom.
Yes.
It was just contagious. Because if front of her house was clean, in front of your house was dirty, you ain't like the way that seemed.
No,
so you would go out there and you would go out there and take care of yours.
Not at all.
Right? It's gotta be the same way now. Like nothing has changed except for this generation just does not have the desire to throw things in the trash at all. Even if it's a can right there. No.
Yeah. And you have to take ownership. Like,
yes.
Not only is this my block, but this is my city. And so, no, I don't throw litter on my block, but when I'm visiting your block, Mike, when I'm visiting Lauren's block, I'm not doing that there either. Because I care about what the city looks like. So I definitely want to tap in on this initiative, how we can get the information out. I definitely will use this platform as a way to get that initiative out and get that, maybe organize people. We can have a meeting, get people out and strategize and just get out because like you said, you can't clean sweep every block. And so some of the ownership, we're going to have to. And I'm willing to do that. I want to take ownership. And I know there are many community members who are willing to do that.
So let me go a little further.
Go ahead, because Mike,
with the
you the
initiative,
man
right?
with the plan. You got the plans.
So we can start it. We can get people involved. They're gonna call. They're gonna say, we want to do my block. Come do it. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk to Juan Hernandez, the coordinator of Clean Communities. He's gonna supply the rakes, the shovels, the brooms.
Right.
I'm gonna supply the bags. All you got to do is supply the manpower.
All we
Come
need
out
is the
and
manpower.
show people that you. All you gotta do is come out and work with us. Let's clean this up and let's show the people that we're trying to do this together. That's what I'm asking for. We do that. I'm gonna supply everything else. No
so
problem.
Maybe we let's
shout
click
out to Zelly Thomas. Zelly Thomas called me the other day and said, Mike, I need rakes and shovels. We're gonna clean 10th Ave by our office.
Yeah.
Zelly got rakes yesterday.
So that's what we're gonna do. We need to set a date, community, for let's start our initiative of not just clean sweep, but a city clean sweep. And we need community members to commit to being a team captain, commit to being taking action and getting the word out to your neighbors that, hey guys, this is the day we're coming out. We're gonna clean up our neighborhoods, because we can't just wait for DPW. Like I said, I went and bought me a trash little, the little picker upper thing, because I don't live around my block. You have visitors that come through the neighborhood and they throwing stuff, and I just go and pick it up. I didn't throw it there, but I'm picking it up because I don't want trash in front of my house, And so I want to encourage us. Let's launch this. Let's get it together, because it's not just a responsibility of DPW. We do love them, and they got bigger fish to fry. And I think we can at least take care of our neighborhood, of our block, and try to make and beautify the city. So community, if you with me, say I'm with you. And let's get our city back to the beauty that we know it can be,
Absolutely.
And because my follow-up question to that was going to be like, how could churches and community organizations, and you just gave the answer, because that was going to be my follow-up question. How can we all get involved? And I think we can all get involved in that. Just one big day. Let's start it with a launch day. Like we do a neighborhood cleanup citywide, and you be a captain, and you get your community, your neighbors to get in. I'm here for it. I don't know about you. If you're with me, say I'm with you. Michelle McGuire says she with us, Mike. And I think many of you will be with us. I know Tiffany with us, because if you're on Tiffany block, you already getting letters. Tiffany gave me the idea, because my aunt lives where she lives. I told her the same thing. I said, well, do what Tiffany does. Tiffany goes to her neighbors. She gives them a letter. This is what we want to see. It don't have to just be, because I know you guys just did you basically did this in the 6th Ward, and they came out and cleaned. A lot of people, they get a lot of backlash, like, oh, the 6th Ward, but I feel like they lead by example. They're showing us what the whole city can look like. And I think all of us, if we take the initiative, I'm willing, and I got a few people that said they're willing. So we're going to get on it, Mike. We're going to be reaching out to you. We're definitely going to start that initiative. We want to do a citywide cleanup, not just DPW, but all of us in the community. If you really care about your block, let's all come out. Let's pick a Saturday or Sunday, whatever we got to do. Let's get out there. You clean your neighborhood. Tiffany clean her neighborhood. Lauren gonna clean her neighborhood, and get your neighbors out there, because Paterson is ours.
Yes.
And like you said, nobody's coming to save us. We got to do it. And so, Mike, I'm going to partner with you. I'm definitely going to be pushing that on this platform, because I want to see it. I want to see it happen. So I got so I got more questions for you, because you do a lot, you see a lot. I asked you what your day-to-day is. So you see a lot. You hear from people. You talk to people. That's how you and I got acquainted. I was talking to you on the phone and texting you before I even saw your face. And I just remember, I remember the day that I saw you. You was talking to Della. And I just so happened to look at your badge. And I was like, Mike, And you were like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
Kimmeshia. And I'm like, because we have been talking, we've been texting, because
Yeah.
Mike answer. Well, you talk to Billy, you talk to Mike. You guys are very responsive, and I appreciate that. And it's not just about me. It's not because you know me. I have been able
No.
to connect people to you where people are like, Kimmeshia, what about? I'm like, here go Mike number, text him, and you answer. So it's not who you know. Mike is for everybody. He don't have a prospective
Yes.
person. Mike want
Mm-mm.
to answer your call, and he will. Now, let me ask you this from your perspective, right? Like I said, you see everything. You come out to the neighborhoods, like you said, it's some of the same 15 homes,
Mm-hmm.
some of the same neighborhoods, right? And it seems to be a disconnect,
Yes.
right? And where is this disconnect? And like where do you see the disconnect is? Because it seems to be a disconnect.
Hmm.
I don't know, what.
Hmm. All right, I'm gonna break it down. All right. The disconnect here in Paterson is between homeowners and renters.
Okay.
Everybody knows it, nobody wants to say it. Um, you don't go to the East Side neighborhood and see litter. You don't go to Hillcrest and see litter,
Okay.
right? You don't go to the Manor section and see litter.
No.
The first ward, the fourth ward, and the fifth ward is where you see litter.
Okay.
The reason you see that is because the majority of that is owned by people who just rent. They don't even live in the house too. They just buy properties and they rent them out. The mindset that a lot of people have here in this town is I live here, but it's not mine.
Hmm.
There's garbage in your lawn. I live here, but that ain't my lawn. That's my landlord's
Wow.
lawn. And then the landlords have this, LLCs and they're wherever they are, and they don't see the front of their property. They don't care about
Mm-hmm.
the front of their property. It is just until the ticket comes in the mail. And
Mm-hmm.
then those things change. So what we need to do in my mind is focus on the fourth ward, on the first ward. If people haven't noticed, the majority of my clean sweeps are in the first ward and the fourth ward
Mm-hmm.
and some of the fifth, mostly because Beach Street, Madison Street, these streets are
Mm-hmm.
horrible because of how much foot traffic is there.
Yeah.
Right. So the mindset in the city has to change. Just because you don't own where you live doesn't mean you take pride in it.
Yeah.
You have to understand that where you live and what it looks like is a reflection of you, whether
Of
you
you.
own it or not.
Yeah.
We did Highland Street, I want to say maybe 3 weeks ago, and I could not understand it. Like I watched people walk through trash in front of their home, like literally through the grass, the trash in the grass, and go in their house like it wasn't even there. And it was like you don't see this, you don't mind it. I don't
Yeah.
really care. I'm going inside, and inside is not like that. Yeah, but this is where you live. When somebody
Right.
comes to visit you and they see this, what do you tell them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so
And I know
we
that
have
was
to
one
we
of.
have to
Yeah.
yes. So we have to change the mindset. And unfortunately, we're not changing the mindset of adults. So the way I look at it is we need to get back in the schools where we used to be. What happened to
Yeah.
anti-littering campaigns?
Yeah. Okay.
When you get children and they know something's wrong, they never allow their parents to do it without hearing it.
No, they didn't.
You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that, mommy. That's
Mommy, why
nasty.
did you throw that out the window? That's not right.
Exact.
Yes. Yes.
Exactly. So we need to get back to that. We need to get back to the
Okay.
children and teach them, because if we don't teach the next generation, we're just going to continuously go through this. We're
Yeah.
just going to keep going because they're learning from their parents and not us. Right.
Yeah.
So their parents are throwing stuff on the ground. They like, it must be okay. Nobody's telling me don't
Yeah.
litter. They just see it happening and they just see trash. So now
Yeah.
automatically they automatically fall into the broken window theory, right? It's dirty over here. This is an abandoned house. You can put more garbage here. And that's the
Yeah.
way they look at Paterson. They say, okay, it's garbage everywhere, so it's all right to put more.
Yeah.
And I also tell everybody this. You can't expect dumping to stop if you keep advertising it. This is horrible. Look at this. Somebody dumped this here. Oh, we can go to Paterson because look what they do there. It's the
Yeah.
same thing that happened when the newspaper put out Paterson has the most potent heroin in America. What do we have now? Everybody else is addicts, right?
Yeah.
And I know addicts need help, but you can't advertise good
Yeah. So
drugs and think that
everything
they're not
can't
going to
go on
come to get
social
them.
media. Yeah.
It's not even a social media thing. It's more of a I'm not even gonna say the public. I think it's more politicians than the
Mm-hmm.
public. The public listen to to politicians. They listen to their favorite one. So if they're
Yeah.
constantly showing it, walking around, look at this, nobody ever gives the answer to fix the problem. They just like to
Right.
show the problem. And if people think they're getting away with it because they constantly show it, we
Right.
end up with more and more people coming off that highway by the on Lakeview, right by the
Yeah.
supermarket, and dropping garbage. They jump
Dropping
right back
off.
on the highway.
Jump right back on the highway.
So people always think that they can come here and do these things because I
Yeah.
keep saying anything goes in Paterson. No, anything does not go in Paterson.
No, it doesn't.
It does not. At the end of the day, we have to band together and stop anything from happening in Paterson. If you keep saying that, then you're part of the problem.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
to come together and say, no, that does not go here. No, you're not going to dump by my house. No, you're not just going to litter and think it's okay.
No. Yeah. I
So
agree.
we have to get to that. And I understand change is difficult at times. So when it came to bulk, that's what happened. Change is difficult. People
Mm-hmm.
don't want to change. I've been doing this for 30 years. I've been living here for 60. I never had to do this. But things change. And things change for reasons. And I think that's what's missing, is that nobody ever tells the people the reasons.
Yeah.
It's just that this is coming. This is what we're doing. Prepare yourself. And that's what I want to change. I want to be able to tell the public, this is exactly why I'm doing this. This is what's happening. This is why we have to do this, so that they have an
Yeah.
understanding of what's going on. Because if you don't have an understanding, then you make up your own.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening in Paterson a lot.
Yeah.
People just
Listen,
automatically come. They just automatically
you
come up with their
said a
own
mouthful,
answers.
Mike. Who
Yeah.
knows better than you? So one is, we have to take pride. And I'm a
Yes.
renter. And so, and I hear that a lot. People like, well, I don't, and I'm like, well, I live here. When I come home and I see trash in front of my house, and mind you, I said my house because I live here, right? I'm not sitting here saying, "Oh, I'm going to wait for my landlord to clean
Mm-hmm.
this up, or for the people that come and do our lawn." I went and got my little trash scooper, so I ain't got to pick it up with my hand. I get me a bag, I pick it, I will walk because it's my block, it's my house. I don't want nobody coming to my house walking through trash, and so I know I have to take ownership.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like you said, with the and Lauren said it here. Excuse me.
Exactly.
That we got exactly 5 to 8. I'm laughing. 5 to 8 social media folks that advertise dumping loudly. I don't think they understand now. Hearing it from you, maybe they'll take heed. I don't think they've done it thinking that it was gonna hurt us. They thinking because I was one. I don't do it anymore, but I was one, especially
So
Keen and Summer. I was.
no,
But if you say
so like
it
people
hurt,
like to jump. Yeah. Oh, oh, Keenan Summers. So, so look, there's certain people that they do that, and they do that for the benefit of the community. Like G
yeah,
Greer. Some people get mad at G. They say, okay, G's posting. Why didn't he just call him? But G does call
right.
me, and I call G. So when I do something, if G calls me and tell me something wrong, I call G and tell him I'm here now, and he comes and he shows the after.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you pay attention to G, then you'll see exactly the same thing I just told you. It's the same places over and over and over. He shows pictures, and the reason I love G is because he's a historian. People
Yeah,
don't look
he's
at it
a
that way, but for me,
historian.
he's a historian. He shows.
Yes, he
in
is.
2018, I was with Michael Jackson. We were on this same block doing the same thing that we're doing right now.
Yes, he does. Love
And there's
G.
nothing wrong with that to me.
Yeah.
As long as he makes the call too, because I don't. To be honest with you, people might think I do, but I don't really have time to sit and scroll Facebook all day.
No, you don't.
Your alerts come up, and when I get a moment, I go through them all.
Right.
But I don't have time to sit there and watch and see who's going to show me what's going on. Call me, tell me. Then I can come to you.
Facebook
And a
is
lot of
really
people,
not the place.
a lot of people,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's not the place to do it. But
No.
a lot of people, to be honest with you, people didn't think I was they didn't think I was a real person. Some people thought I was AI. So they would send me messages, DMs, and they would say, "This is going on here, this is going on there," and they expected me to send somebody to come see it. When I say I'm coming to see it, I'm coming to see it. I'm coming to you. And people aren't used to that. They're not used to somebody
No.
that's of the higher echelon to come to them to see what's going on or to answer their phone calls or anything like that. But I don't look at myself in that manner. I look at myself as a person that cares about their
Yeah.
town and wants things to be done.
That's one of the things I love about you, because you don't just send a crew, you part of the crew.
No. Yeah, I'm coming.
Mike
I'm
Mike
coming
don't
too.
send a crew. Mike come with the
I
crew.
haven't taken a sick day since 2017.
Okay. Now I'm gonna say this, and I love that you're dedicated to the word. But you know I'm a social worker,
I take my
and
vacations.
I'm a miss. Okay, as long as you take your vacations, because you can't care for us if you're not caring for yourself. All right. And so I just want to encourage you, take your days, Mike. All right, because you can't pour from an
I
empty
don't
cup.
get sick. yeah, that's true. That's
Listen,
very true.
all that snow and rain and stuff, you work in the elements.
My wife would agree with you.
Listen, I met your wife today, so I got you, sis. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Mike. With everything you're doing, and like I said, you're solution focused. So you got initiatives coming out your brain. Like I see your wheels going. Mm-hmm. But what for the community?
I'm the person that wrote the initiative to pick up the garbage downtown 7 days a week. Remember, when we started doing bulk, they stopped doing garbage 7 days a week. I'm the person that showed them that we could use UEZ money to purchase a garbage truck to take care of our own garbage downtowns the other 5 days of the week. And that's what's happening right now. I just want to fix things. I don't want to continuously talk about them. Let's
I love
fix
that.
it.
You are solution focused director, and we appreciate that, Mike. What are some challenges and barriers that DPW face that make it difficult for you guys to accomplish? Like, you got great ideas, you got initiatives that you're already setting forth, but what are some of the barriers that you guys face that make that difficult to accomplish?
Manpower. Just like any other job on earth, if a job continuously gets done with less people, you will never get more. Right? At one point in time, Public Works was 600 employees deep. Wow. We are now 150-ish.
What? For the third largest city in the state? Oh my
Third largest city in the state, we're 150-ish. So, and that's from day to day. You never know.
Right.
So Bill and myself are working with the administration to hire more people right now. There's a couple jobs up. I actually have a new guy starting tomorrow on Streets and Roads. Another sweeper driver applications are going back up again. If you have a CDL and you want to drive a street sweeper, please apply. Please apply. Come get interviewed. I need 2 more. There's going to be more labor positions coming. There's just going to be, I just need as many positions as I can so I can get things done. Over time, we had to move employees to weekend workers in order to fill spots and not do too much overtime. It's money challenges. Even for people that only make $34,000 a year, there's money challenges. So money and equipment. This administration has been very good with equipment. We did a lot through capital. We did a lot through grants. We got a lot of new snow trucks. We got a ton of new garbage trucks for recycling and for Streets and Roads to be able to do bulk. My director, that's his thing. Parks and purchasing equipment, that is literally his thing. He's on it and he takes care of it. So he does that and he allows me to do everything to do on my side. So hopefully the new BA that we have is actually very receptive. He understands what we're saying about getting people. He's working with DCA to help us try to get some more people in. So hopefully we can fill some of these seats, get some Patersonians some jobs, some people that really want to see things change, come out and help us out, and that'll stop that. But that's the real challenge. That and negativity. Manpower. Other than that, manpower, money, and negativity is the issues. I don't think people understand.
You need the community to
People,
really have your back. Yeah.
yes, yes. So people have to understand that, just like anything in life, if you talk negative about a person long enough, it might starts to happen to our employees too. Like, you will have people on Facebook saying Broadway's filthy. It's DPW's fault. How? Did you see DPW throw garbage on the ground? If you did, call me. Take a picture because I'm firing him too.
Yeah.
We're not standing for any of that. We're not nothing. We're not letting anything go at the end of the day. We're going to start ticketing everybody. We're going to be everybody's problem sooner or later, because that's what's going to happen. They're going to say, oh, this is a money grab. It's not a money grab. This is you not taking care of your responsibilities and me making sure that you do.
You know, I had someone, I was talking to OEM director Troy today, and one of the things he said, which is true, which he's going to be coming on in a couple of weeks, but he was like, you know, this isn't, you know, like you said, we can't, Paterson is not the place where you could just get over. And also, we're not going to continue the same way we've always continued. We want better. We got to do better. The expectation is greater. And like you said, when you say ticketing, because people be like, oh, now they're giving tickets, but you're not keeping your block clean. You're not keeping the front of your house clean. You didn't move your car. We can't expect better if we don't behave better.
Yes. So I know frustrations happen. I know people expect things to happen right away. Lauren, a street sign shouldn't take long. If it was knocked down, they should have been able to put it right back up. If it's a problem, call me. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, because that look, this conversation going so good. Community, drop your questions in the chat. We're here. We're gonna answer questions. So if you got questions for Assistant Director Mike G. Jackson, please, because I know I have some great questions, but I know you guys probably have questions right now, specifically speaking to your block, your situation. Please drop those questions in the comments, and as him and I continue this conversation, you know, because we will be ending soon. We already passed our hour, but Mike, if you got time, I got time. We'll stay on a little longer, of course.
I'm good.
In the community, ask your questions. Mike will answer. And Lauren, he said that if it's been knocked down, give him a call. It'll happen. If it doesn't, call him, because Mike will answer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
You know, negativity is true, because like you said, people saying to you guys, oh, Broadway is dirty, it's DPW fault. Oh, you know, but like you said, is DPW out there dropping the garbage? No. There's tons of people who live on that block, and tons of people who hang on that block.
Yeah, so that's what happens. And then one of the phone calls I get most of the time, like day in and day out, is I watched a DPW truck drive by, and there was garbage on the ground. They didn't get out and get it. I need everybody to understand that just because you see a truck that says public works doesn't mean that it's their job to clean the street. There's 9 divisions here. You might have saw a Parks truck go by. If it's white, more than likely it's Parks. You saw a Parks truck go by. He drove past the garbage because they're en route to a park. We have 50 plus parks here in Paterson. Those guys don't stop in the street to do Streets and Roads job. They continue on to theirs. So that's one of the things that one of the most negative things I hear every week is, oh, I saw a truck go by, but they didn't stop and get out. And sometimes you have to understand that that's not that person's job. The DPW is not a catch-all. Like, there's multiple divisions and multiple job activities. So I want people, that's why I give people my phone number, because I if we don't tell people how things work, they'll continue to think in a negative manner. I didn't know how I started working here. I didn't know how the government made things move, what could be done and what couldn't be done. So that's another thing that's missing, is the educational element. Like, nobody's teaching the public exactly how these things work. Because if they did, then they wouldn't have as many questions as they do. You know, sometimes I tell people things like, I just told you about how I can't go on private property. People don't understand that. When we do bulk on the weekends on Saturday and Sunday, people will do their bulk applications like they're supposed to. It'll come in, we'll get to an address, and it'll be behind the gate, right? We don't touch it. Monday morning, that same person's going to call. This is bull. Yeah, I told me to do it. I did it the way you told me to do it. I put it out. You didn't pick it up. You left it right where it was. It's on your property. We are public works, and we cannot come on private property.
Yeah. So
You
help
need me to
us
get
do
your
our
bulk?
job
It has to be
better.
on the
Yeah.
curbside.
Yeah. So help them
Yeah,
do
so you
their
have to put
job
your
better by
bulk on the
following
curb.
the protocol. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
You got many, I know you see it, but maybe you can speak to this because a lot of residents doing the street cleaning. Sometimes they're getting it,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they're not. Sometimes it's a
I'm
ticket,
gonna I'm gonna give you
sometimes it's
all the
not.
information. I'm gonna give you all
And
the
so what
information right
about
now.
that?
And
Because
I'm
people are like, okay, fine. If you guys are coming regularly, like I see people like, I don't know what to do. Should I move my car? Shouldn't I move my car? They didn't come last week. Are they coming this week? It's not consistent.
mm-hmm,
What can you say to the public? Because I know for me, if I'm parked and I was supposed to move my car, I'll take the ticket. But I would be a little,
mm-hmm.
upset if I keep moving my car and nobody's picking the trash up, doing the
Coming.
street
Yeah.
cleaning.
So earlier I had a plea. If you got a CDL, please apply. Normally there's 8 drivers for street sweepers, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's 14 routes a day. 8 drivers, 14 routes. So 7 of those drivers do 2 routes a day. The 8th
Wow.
driver is my floater, so I could do things like clean sweep. Now, if I had a full allotment of sweeper drivers, I could clean sweep Monday through Friday, right? But I don't. Once I do, we'll explore it. Right now, I have 4 of those 8, and I want to say there's 3 sweepers that are actually operational. Reason being, the other ones are in the shop. So when the other 4 come out, we'll have the full 7. So in the meantime, what we've been doing is alternating routes. And when I get the calls of people tell me, oh, they haven't been here in 3 weeks, I go and speak to the acting chief and I tell him, you have to alternate these routes. You haven't been in the Wayne Ave section. You haven't been in the 4th Ward. Those guys don't go anywhere but there this week. So if you have problems and you haven't got street sweeping in a while, reach out to me, let me know. I'm being completely transparent with you and telling you that I have to alternate to hire more drivers. And once we do that, everything will go back to normal. Now, when it comes
Okay.
to moving your car, it's the law. It's the law. So I get calls all the time. People say, I moved my car. The street sweeper came back around again, and the inspector gave me a ticket. Yes, he did. The law for street sweeping says in the morning, your car is to be moved from 8 to 12, not 8 until the sweeper drives by.
Mm-hmm.
I should be able to sweep your street 30 times if I want to, between 8 and 12. In the
Right.
afternoon from 1 to 3:30. It doesn't move your car at 1 o'clock, and then when the sweeper goes by, put it back. It says from 1 to 3:30, your car is not to be on the street.
Okay.
Right. So
Yeah.
that's the misconception that we have, right? People have this misconception that when the sweeper goes by, I can park again.
Okay.
You're not supposed to. And if they
Yeah,
come
you're
back around
right.
again, they're still able to give you another ticket.
Right.
Right.
You're right.
So we have to teach people exactly how the law works. Like, just move your car, because at the end of the day, you're gonna have a problem. You
You
like
know what?
just move it.
Right.
So
When you said
this is
that,
my
yeah.
this is my plan now. So this is my plan for this situation. Um, because I'm a deputy coordinator of OEM, I do have access to the robocall system.
Mm-hmm.
And when we do robocalls, we can do them by section. So now my plan is to sit down with the chief inspector morning to find out which routes are going to be done the morning and the afternoon, and to send out robocalls to the sections that will not get their street cleaning so that everybody can know it's not coming. Now, in order for that to work, everybody has to allow the robocall system to come through. A lot of
Right.
people block it or do everything else.
I know
So
I did.
I know that you don't want to get all the call. I know you don't want to get all the political calls and all that other stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to use it for something more meaningful now,
Yeah.
to
I'll,
give you
I'll
some
unblock.
information. So if I can do
Yeah.
that, So if I can do that in the morning, just unblock it in the morning. And so if I can unblock it, so if I can give you that information in the morning, and you can know that you don't have to move your car, then we'll all be better off, and we won't get some. You won't have to make so many phone calls. So that's my solution to that problem. I know everybody doesn't like it, but maybe I'll try to post it on Facebook too. Like, this is what's being done. Maybe I'll try to get him to give me the week, and then I'll post the whole week on Facebook, so that way everybody can see where they'll be and where they won't be. Because that's a pet peeve of mine. Communication and information is a pet peeve. Like, if they don't know, then how do they do the right thing?
Yeah.
You know, if you know better,
but like
you do
you
better,
said,
right?
yeah, but
So,
like you said, if you're not coming, I would appreciate a call, right? But either
there it
way,
is.
the law says we have to move our cars, and let's move them. Let's make DPW's job easier. Move the car.
So I'm gonna tell you something that people probably don't know, or probably don't even want to know. But so last year, when street cleaning began, street cleaning always begins in like April, right? From when we had a full allotment of sweepers, from April 1st to August 1st, my inspectors wrote 59,000 tickets.
Wow.
Approximately. This is more after the 59, but it's
From
59,000
April 1st
tickets.
to August 1st?
From April 1st to August 1st, 59,000 tickets. That just means you don't move your car. Right? You don't move your car anyway. So, like, people call me and beat me down, but those 6,000 people that didn't move their cars, like, you understand? So I hear people and I want to fix the situation, but you have to help me fix it.
Yeah,
you can't ask me
you.
to do all this, and I'm going the extra mile, and I'm still going to have to write 60,000 tickets. We can't. It's got to be one or the other. You know, so it's like I want people to understand. Like, these tickets get written. They get written for real. Like, and our tickets are electronic. There is no they write it on paper and you can come up top and get it ripped out the book and throw it away. It goes straight to the state. Straight to the state. That stops all of the people thinking that they can call their friend. Hey, I know. Remember, we went to high school together. Take this ticket back. No, it doesn't work like that at all. So 60,000 electronic tickets. Shout out to D-Boy too, because D-Boy writes a lot of tickets.
Stay away from D-Boy. Y'all better move your car.
He does not. And that's what you need. You need people who have that mindset. This is my town. You're not just going to, it's not anything goes. You can do anything you want, but you're going to pay the consequences.
Mike, and you know what, community, I think, we're coming down towards the end of this, but I think one of the main things, you said it and we've said it a few times, is that this is our community, and not only are we not gonna let people come in here and do whatever they want, we shouldn't want to do whatever we want either, because it's our community. So I did a women's group yesterday, and I talked to them about mirroring, behaviors. We got to show people how to be towards Paterson. So if I care about Paterson, if I show I care about Paterson, people will know they can't come here and do anything, because the residents of Paterson care about what Paterson looks like. And so we got to show people, we got to teach people how to treat us. But I agree, it starts with us. We can't, no, you can't come from out of town doing whatever you want, but we can't do whatever we want either.
Yes. So, and I'm tired of people coming to this town to visit, and I take them places and they think it's not Paterson. Like, people come to Eastside Park from all over the place, and they say, "Oh, I can't believe this is Paterson."
Yeah, I get that a lot.
That's a shame. It's a shame, and it's disrespectful, because at the end of the day, we are all Paterson.
Yeah. So very.
If that side of the town can look like that, then the whole town can look like that. It's just a matter of caring. That's it.
Yeah, and that's not on the mayor. Yeah, that's not on the mayor, and that's not even on you. Like you said, those residents care about their block, and so not only they partner with you. And I think, and that's what I want to give you the floor to give your closing remarks and saying to the community, as the assistant director of DPW, just what is your ask of them? Look, because you're doing your part, but there's parts that we have to do too. So I want to be able to give you the opportunity, Mike, to get your final words and just, say to the community, what they can expect from you, but what you need from them.
Family, I just need us to work hand in hand. That's all I need. I need you to want more. You can't just talk about it. There's got to be some action involved. You can't expect everybody else to fix everybody's problems. We have to fix them together. If we don't do that, then nothing's ever going to get fixed. So what I ask of you is call me. Let's sit down. Let's clean your block. Let's stop your neighbor from doing the things they're doing. Anything that we can do to change what this city looks like and what people think of it, I'm down for. Because we're way more than what they show. There's talent here. There's children that are going to be great things here. I see it every day when I talk to them. It almost brings a tear to my eye all the time. Because I remember the days when people used to say, you're going to be just like everybody else. Mm-hmm. Now I get to say that I get to tell the kids, you're going to be like no one's ever seen. They have the ability, and we have to give them that push. Yes. We have to give them the things they need at home, and Paterson is their home. No kid that wants to be something in life should be walking out of their door to kick cans.
No.
They should be proud of where they live and where they come from. They should be able to go graduate from college, get a master's and a doctorate, and tell people I came from Paterson. This is what grows in Paterson.
Yes.
So that's what I need. That's what I need from everybody. I need us to take the initiative to make sure that everything gets fixed and that our kids have some place to be proud of.
Awesome. First, Mike, Assistant Director, I want to thank you. Thank you for agreeing to come on to Unmuted, to unmute DPW, give people a clearer perspective of what DPW is all about. What are the great things that you've been doing in our community, the hard work that you and your team, you and Billy and your team, you guys are doing some great work in the community. Thank you for sharing your heart. Not only did you share your role, but you being a Patersonian, raised here, here our whole lives, to hear from you, it wasn't just a professional plea, but I feel like a heartfelt plea to the community, a heartfelt ask, because like you said, great things come out of Paterson, and it's not just the east side, it's all sides of Paterson that can be beautiful, because we are all beautiful.
Yes.
And so we want to see our neighborhoods show the beauty of every person here in this community. So I'm grateful to you and I'm thankful to you for not just coming out here, but because you care about the work you're doing. You really care about the job. It's not just a job for you. It's, I'm a minister at my church, but it's like, it's your ministry, like you really want the best for the city, and so you're not just here collecting a paycheck. You're here doing great work because you care. And so I want to thank you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you to the community for coming on today. I know it's the summer, and I'm appreciative of everyone that came out on tonight's episode. Mike, thank you for stopping your night.
No
because we was out having a good time. But this was a conversation that needed to be had. We couldn't wait no longer. Mike, I'm gonna partner with you
I'll be
for
ready
that
for
community.
part 2.
Yes, we look, Mike, because we gotta follow up, because we have to do the citywide initiative for the neighborhood associations and the citywide cleanup. We're gonna get that done. I'm definitely Unmuted is here to support and make sure we put that out there. And we have many community members that said they will be a part of it. Paterson is what we make it. And I know Paterson is beautiful. I'm beautiful. You're a beautiful man. We're beautiful. Paterson is beautiful. And so we want everyone to feel that, take that on, and just take the initiative to do the work to keep it beautiful. So again, thank you, everyone. Like, follow, share. Paterson, New Jersey, we are Unmuted. Thank you all for being on. Our next show is the third Saturday in August. We have another very special guest. I'll be announcing that guest in a week or so. August 16th is our next show. Because I'll be off August 2nd because it's summer, so I'm gonna be out away with my family. But we will be back here August 16th at 8 p.m. with another special guest. Again, to you, Mike G. Jackson, thank you for being on. Thank you for the great
No
work you do
problem.
in the community. Everyone, community, you guys be safe. Have a wonderful evening. God bless. Paterson, New Jersey, we are unmuted. Good night, everybody. Good night, Mike. Thank
Good
you
night.
so much.
Good night.
Thank you.
No problem.